Hello, hey there. I hope you're doing fine. Thank you so much for joining me in this live broadcast. I'm making this video on my Facebook page, but you can also watch a repeat on the same video in my YouTube channel. And if you're going to be watching for the first time, please don't forget to follow this Facebook page. And if you're going to be watching this video on my YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe. In this video, in the next 30 minutes, I will be talking about the red flags. Red flags in a relationship, any kind of relationship. It could be at work, it could be with your family members, your neighbors, or you and with your partner, or with your spouse, or even a friend. Red flags, before I even talk about them, we all need relationships. The reason why we need relationships in our lives is because of creating the human connection. You connecting with me, or you connecting with another person, connecting with your father, mother, brothers and sisters, connecting with the world is very important, because when you feel loved and respected, then you have this sense of connection. It makes you to feel better. Your mental health becomes better. But unfortunately, not all relationships end up making our lives better. And that is the main reason why I'm making this video today. You will meet a man, a woman, or you'll have a family member or a co-worker who will make your life so miserable. And this can affect your mental health. And eventually, it can actually ruin so many things you wanted to do in life. And that's why I want you to pay attention, to listen to me as I share with you some of the signs to look out for, to know that this is a red flag. And as you share the video, continue tagging your friends on the comments. Please stay here together with me in the next few minutes. Now, the red flags are signs that something dangerous is going to happen. I know you know the traffic lights, the red color, the yellow one, and the green one. When it's green, it is safe to pass, it is safe to cross, it is safe to drive. But when you see the red color, if you're a driver, if you've ever driven a car, it means something dangerous can happen. So you don't pass, you don't cross, you don't continue driving. And that's why red flags are really, really important for you to know them, because these are signs that if you go on with this relationship, some bad things are going to happen to you. You have to be careful. And the problem with these red flags that I'm going to talk about, it's very difficult for you to notice them. A few people who have mastered the skill of knowing that this is a red flag or this is not a red flag, they do not tolerate a relationship to go on for a long time. So they are able to stop it and do away with the relationship. But there are people that I want to speak to today specifically who continue with the relationship. They have seen the red flags. Maybe they don't know, but they are still with that toxic person, people with toxic behaviors. Now, I want to begin with the first sign or the first red flag that you have to be very careful about with. Number one is love bombing. Love bombing, you know, like a bomb. These are people. Have you ever met somebody within 1 week or within one month already says how much they love you, how much they want you, how much they need you? Within 2 months, they are talking about children. Within 3 months, they are talking about a beautiful marriage. Every time you meet somebody who begins rushing you and gives you these gifts or bombs you with so many words, calling you so many crazy names, and telling you that, oh my goodness, you are the person I've been waiting for the rest of my life. And here I am, I've met you, I want you, I need you, I want to have children with you, I want to marry you. And then the danger with these people, sometimes it becomes overwhelming because this person begins calling you and texting you all the time. I'm sure you have met such a person. Within 1 week, this guy or this woman is seriously calling, texting you, emailing you nonstop. That's a very clear red flag that you have to be careful of. And they keep on doing that because at first on in TV and in our real life situations, we assume or imagine that when somebody is showing you a lot of attention, calling you, texting you, checking up on you, buying you gifts, it's a very good sign. But the truth is, it could be a red flag because eventually it becomes overwhelming. And I want to remind you that the person who comes to your life very fast with very heavy feelings for you, they always leave very fast too. They don't stay for long. I don't know if I'm making sense. The person who comes to you very quick, very fast, they will also eventually leave very soon and very quick too. Sign number 2, another red flag, which I want you to listen to, is this. And you can share and tag your friend. Dishonesty or lies. Lying and lying and lying and lying and lying again and covering the same lie or creating a new lie. The truth is, lying is part of human experience. In fact, all of us, Benjamin, including you, the person watching me today, will lie at least once or twice in a day. It's normal. They could be small lies or big lies. But the problem is if somebody you have met continuously goes on to lie to you, lying about their age, their profession, their location, their height, their looks, their profile pictures, so many lies. All these lies, it means there are so many bad things they are hiding from you. What would you do if you discovered the person you have been talking with was once a criminal? Or what would you do if you discover the person you have been chatting with and talking with is actually a scammer who was lying to you from the profile pictures and the nice messages and promises and telling you that he or she is going to do so many good things to you, and you end up sending money? There are people who have ended up sending money, being scammed. Lies. Every time you discover somebody's lying about their age, where they come from, they could be small lies or bigger lies, but the truth is people who like lying a lot, they also are hiding so many things from you, and you don't want to find out so many bad things they've been hiding from you. And the problem with liars, if they continue doing it, they will use these lies to manipulate you. That's their mission. If they tell you the truth, you will not do the things they want you to do to them. So if they continue lying to you, then they will manipulate you. The third red flag that I want you to pay attention to is this: controlling behavior. A few days ago, I talked about people like controlling people, very insecure men or women. When you meet somebody who wants to control your life, control your movement, control the people you're talking with, control your decision, control your beliefs or your values, that's a big red flag. We all have our beliefs. I'm sure you have your values. You know that this is okay, this is not okay. This is right, this is wrong. When you meet somebody who begins controlling your social media platform, controlling who you're interacting with, controlling how long you should spend time with certain people, or when you're working, what time you should come back home, or when you're online, how often you should pick up their phone calls. And I'm sure you have met somebody who calls you. When you don't pick up the phone call, the next thing you find out is abuse after abuse, calling you names. If they call you and you are talking with another person, like I said in my past video, a boyfriend calls you or a husband and finds your number is busy. You're talking with your mother or your father or your boss or a very good friend, a best friend. Not cheating, you're not lying, you are just talking with another human being. But the same person cannot understand that you have friends, you have family members, begins to question, who are you talking with for the last 10 minutes? And then the next thing is abusing you left, right, and center. I am sure if you're watching this, some of you have met such a person, and maybe you're one of them. Somebody who controls your life and your movements is a huge red flag. The moment you notice it from the beginning, just know that this guy, this person here, is about to control so many things once I go on with this relationship. The fourth red flag that I want you to also pay attention to is this: constant jealous. Jealous is a very good thing, and sometimes it's good to be jealous. When you're jealous, it means that you feel you want your person, this is my person. You don't talk to her like that, you don't chat with her, you don't comment on her pictures like that, because this is my person. You're trying to protect the guy, protect your man, protect your woman. It's natural. It means you care for your person, you care for him, you care for her. But there are people who are extremely jealous, and even when they are trying to protect you from other people, their jealousness makes your connection with other people to disappear. Up to an extent that this same person does not want you to talk with your co-workers, people you work with, people who actually give you advice when you are stuck on doing certain things, even people that you work with or your clients, does not want you to spend time talking with them or interacting with them. Every time he or she is asking you, who are you talking with? Can I know who are you chatting with? Or if you're holding your phone, they want to know who you're chatting with all the time. Persistent, excessive jealous is a red flag. And if you have a human being, if you have someone in your life who is extremely jealous, I am talking about him in this video now. That's a red flag. More dangerous things are about to happen if you go on being together with this person. The fifth red flag is this: lack of communication. Communication is one of the most important things in any relationship. In business, people have to communicate. Neighbors have to communicate. Family members must communicate. You watching this video must communicate with the other person. If there is no communication, then the relationship has so many question marks. This person cannot talk to you, cannot respond to your messages. He's online, but he's not responding. That's a red flag. You have texted this person 24 hours ago. He has not responded. The time he responds to you, the first thing that comes from his mouth or from the chat is excuse. I forgot, I was busy, my phone went off, I am sorry, But this is somebody who is constantly not keeping communication with you. And every time somebody is not communicating with you, it means they are either distracted or they are disconnected with you. Distracted means this person is communicating with other people. Every time somebody is reducing communication with you, it means the communication is increasing with another person. And that's the reality. If he cannot talk to you or text you or to try to know how you're doing, even on a daily basis, who else is he telling? Who else is he checking up on? Who else is he trying to find out what is going on? So the people who are constantly lacking communication with you, if they are not distracted with other people, they are disconnected with you. And that means they are not very serious with you. They really don't want you in their lives. They're just pretending. They are there for specific purposes. And you see, even when you talk with them, they don't listen to you. Or even when you are sitting together with them, like the way I'm talking with you face to face, no eye contact, busy on their phones, or giving you simple one answers. without explaining or describing anything, when you are just talking with somebody and they're not really there with you, that's a red flag. Somebody is not interested in trying to talk with you or to hear what you're saying. The next red flag that I want to talk about, number 6, is lack of trust. I read one quote some time back that said, if there is no more trust in a relationship, then there is no relationship. It's very simple. Even with businessmen, if you have a business, a man and another man, if there is no trust the way this guy is handling money and telling you what is happening in the business, if you lose trust with him, the business is over. This guy is going to con you. The guy is going to take all the profits. The same thing with even family members. If your own family members lack trust in you, and I know that if you're watching and listening to me now, there are specific family members you have zero trust with them. It is even so sad that your parents, of all the people, you don't trust your mother, you don't trust your father, you don't trust your brother, blood brother or sister, because of what they did to you. They broke the trust. These are red flags. Now imagine if you meet a stranger, you begin a relationship with him, and then the same person betrays you, and then the trust between you and him is broken. Where are you heading with this person? Once trust is broken, the relationship has to go back to square one. We have to start again. We have to go back and see if this thing can work. And that's why when you listen to stories about cheating, caught red-handed cheating, people ask a question, can I ever trust my partner again? Can I ever trust my man? That's the first question they always ask. The truth is, you can only trust that person if they change and they are willing to change. That's the only way you can trust another person. They must change their habits and they must be willing to change. That means they are not going to be going on doing the same bullshit, repeating the same thing they have been doing and saying. If they stop, that's a change. And if they are willing to stop, then you can trust them again. But if you do not trust someone, that's a huge red flag. Where are you heading with this guy? Where are you heading with this woman? One of the other red flags, number 7, is inability to solve conflicts. Conflicts are part of a relationship. There is no perfect relationship. Mine is not perfect. Every human being that you admire on social media, all couples that you see, you watch, you follow, the only perfect relationship that I know exists are what we watch and see in soap operas and in the movies. Even sometimes, let me surprise you, I do these shows, Bold and Raw Talks, trying to invite. This last year, during the Valentine season, I wanted to invite couples to come and share their experiences as a man and a woman, especially those who are very active on social media, posting their life and their good moments to strangers and everyone. I invited them to come to my show, to interview them, just to have a talk with them. And surprisingly, of all the 10 couples that I approached, none of them was willing to come live and speak. None of them. Even though I could see boyfriend and girlfriend happy together on social media, husband, wife happy together with their children, going on vacations, exchanging videos, living a good life, romantic life, and their photos and videos. That's what I was following. And every time I contacted each and every one of them, it was excuse after excuse. My husband has refused. My boyfriend is busy. I don't want media attention. I don't want so many questions in your show. They all said no. The message I want to pass to you is this, that there are conflicts in every relationship. When you see a woman or someone sitting to watch a soap opera or a series the whole night without even sleeping, the reason why they sit there and watch and follow this drama or movies or series is because the conflict is too good. There's suspense. Somebody is fighting with so and so. Somebody has to cheat and the other one is cheating, but the other one who is cheating is being cheated on. Those are the conflicts that I'm talking about. And any man or any woman in a relationship, they will have conflicts. But when a human being, someone you are in a relationship with, does not want to solve the conflicts, puts the conflict under the table, there is a baby mama somewhere, this is the issue we are dealing with, but slides it and puts it under the table, does not want to talk about it. There's a conflict about how money is being spent, but that person doesn't want to talk about that. There's a conflict about how often and how regular you can have sex. Somebody is forcing you to have sex simply because he is your boyfriend or your husband. And it's affecting you, even your health. But the same man is sliding it under the table and says that you're pretending, that you are not behaving like a wife should behave. That's a huge red flag. People who solve conflicts, they are the ones that we can say almost, quote unquote, have a perfect marriage or a perfect relationship, because they see this as the conflict. It's money, it is children, it is religion, it is food, it is sex. Let us solve this. It is the chores. You are the man, you're the father. Do ABCD. Help me here, I help you here. If they are both of them willing to solve those conflicts, they will be very happy. Nothing to fight on. We had a conflict last week. We sorted it out. Now we are back again to continue enjoying life. But every time you meet a man or a woman who does not want to solve any conflict, that's a huge red flag. Hiding conflicts build tension, build stress, and eventually it will explode. One of you will explode, or both of you will explode. Number 8, another red flag is this: anger issues. Anger has to be in this video. We all have anger. We get annoyed. Benjamin gets annoyed. People ask me, Benjamin, do you get annoyed? Of course I do. I get annoyed with some comments. I get annoyed with some messages in my inbox. I get annoyed with my family members, my spouse. I get annoyed sometimes. I'm a human being, you know. Only maybe that if you watch me and you're following me on social media, you see me smiling, laughing, making some funny videos, and you're like, wow, this guy never gets annoyed. I'm a human being. I get annoyed, really annoyed. But the only thing that I've learned over the last few years is how to control my anger. Anger pays nothing. There's a saying in my national language, Swahili, that says, hasira ni hasara. Anger is full of losses. If you have anger, expect a lot of losses. You can lose life, you can lose money, you can lose a spouse, you can lose your child, you can lose your job because of anger. But if you control your anger, then you will have very few losses. Every time you meet somebody who has anger, it means your life is in danger. Let me repeat that. Every time you meet a man or a woman who has anger issues, it also means your life is in danger. They can do anything to you or to themselves. And if they do something to themselves, you are the first suspect. If your man does something stupid to himself, the police, the authorities, they will come after you. That's the reality. If something happens to your wife, the first suspect is always the husband. If something happens to the wife, the first suspect is the husband. And vice versa is true. And that's why I want you to think deeply about anger. People who have anger issues, it's a very toxic behavior, because when there's a conflict, the other point which I talked about, point number 7, if there's a conflict, they don't want to solve it, they start shouting. You want to talk with somebody, you want to solve this problem, the first thing they do is the shouting. So you can't even say anything, This guy is raising his voice so high to shut you down. even though he is on the wrong because of anger issues. Or we have women who break things, breaking phones. When I had so many anger issues in one of my past relationships, I broke a phone. I held a phone of that lady I was dating and banged it on the floor, smashed it down, because I couldn't control my anger at that time. What if I had a gun? What if I had a gun in my hands? What could have happened? Anger kills. Anger is a toxic behavior. And if you're listening to me today, whether it's for the first time, second time, third time, or even 20th time, and you have anger issues, you need help. And real help. Because anger will destroy you and so many things in your life. As I wind up the last few points, the other red flag, number 9, of course, is substance abuse, drugs, drinking, excessive smoking. If you drink your wine once in a while, you have glasses of beers, you can function normally, you can go to work, you can drive. Of course, I'm not saying that you have to drink alcohol and drive. It means you can function like a normal human being. It is perfectly okay. But if you've met somebody in your life who is struggling with an addiction of drugs, that's a huge red flag. Addiction is hard to treat. You watching and listening to me, you are not a therapist, unless you are a therapist who is watching this video. You cannot help somebody who is deep into addiction, an addiction of drugs. It is not easy. If you have ever had a family member or a close friend who is addicted and is abusing substance and drugs, you know what I'm talking about. They are helpless. They are hopeless. They are miserable. The only happiness they get is after smoking a little bit and drinking. That's the only joy they get in this world. Now you can imagine you are in a relationship with a person who is constantly using and abusing drugs. When will you ever be happy? Let me may ask you, when will you even have sex with this guy? The mouth is stinking. The person is not showering. The person is peeing on himself, or even puking, or even poo-poo in bed. And he's a man who is over 30, over 35, over 40. Can you imagine such a picture? I want you to figure out such a picture. Or if you have a woman who is deep, heavy drinker, smoker, cannot control substance abuse and use, how far can you go with her? That's a huge red flag. And those people need help. And you too need help. If you are with somebody who is abusing drugs or substance, you too, you need help. Number 10, another red flag that you have to really think about when you meet somebody or you're with someone is this: physical, emotional, and mental abuse. Physical abuse. Any man who raises his hand to slap or kicks a woman is obviously a coward. This is a man. Men, we are powerful. A man's strength is so that's why men's sports are very aggressive. If you watch rugby and you see the way they are playing, you even feel like, oh my goodness, are these guys normal? But they're just enjoying. When you watch them playing rugby, if you ever watch rugby, those guys look like they're having fun and they're excited. A man's strength is so huge that if he really, really wants to beat a woman, he can really affect her and her body, and can actually kill her. Physical abuse is very obvious. Kicking, slapping. It starts simple. I don't really understand why in this era, where we have people like me and other people speaking against domestic violence, encouraging our fellow men not to use their hands against a woman and try to solve their issues using their minds and their mouth. You don't have to beat someone to listen to you. even when they have really annoyed you. I don't still understand why a woman in such a relationship can go on staying there. In my shows in TikTok, where I have shows where people come and confess about their relationships, some of the stories are very heartbreaking. Young, beautiful ladies under the age of 30 or 40 saying how their men abuse them, beating them, kicking them, but they are still together with them. It's so unfortunate if you think about it. And if you have a daughter, the only way I try to make this point make sense, any man who has been blessed with a daughter, daughters are very cute. I have lost my daughter. I had a daughter before. May her soul continue resting in peace. But any man who has been blessed with a daughter, it is something unique. It is something special that even to the extent of not comparing the daughter to any other woman, even the mother of the daughter can actually be replaced by the daughter. And this daughter is growing, Your daughter is not going to remain 10 years or 15. She's going to be beautiful. Eventually has to meet a man. Eventually has to be with a man. And eventually has to meet an abusive guy. And at that time, you will not be there. When your daughter will be being kicked, beaten up, you will not be there to defend her because she saw it. She saw that daddy was doing this, and probably she thinks that this is okay, that a man can kick you, can slap you, and we can have sex afterwards. It's perfectly okay. I mean, you're my woman. Who are you? You're just a woman. I can kick you. I can slap you, and then we can have sex a few hours later on. I'm not saying that abuse does not happen to men. There are men who are abused, but the truth is, not so many men get abused. Alcoholic men or men who are intimidated with a woman, emotional abuse, and then they don't know what to do because they are desperate to be there. They know that they are depending on this woman to get whatever they want in their life. So they have to tolerate all the abuse. The topic of abuse is so wide. It's not just physical or emotional, even social media abuse. Somebody can abuse your social media platform, asking you to give him your passwords, or telling you to delete your account, or telling you to delete some comments just because you posted a nice photo. And men have to admire you. You are looking good. You're beautiful. It's the reality. Men are just appreciating how beautiful you are. But the same guy who is in your life can tell you, hey, delete this, delete that. Who is that? So they can abuse you. And I challenge you from today, go and find out a lot about abuse. In my Instagram account, there's one photo that I posted that has a cycle. It's like a circle that talks about all kinds of abuse, financial abuse. A man can tell you, hey, you are my girlfriend. I want to start a business. If you love me, give me money. Let me start this business. If you don't do it, then the same man start abusing you. That's financial abuse. Even religion. Somebody abuses you because you're Seventh-day Adventist. You are born again. You're a Muslim, but abuses you because of your religion. If you meet somebody who is abusing you, that's a red flag. Run away from that person. End the relationship. They don't appreciate you. And every time they're doing it, they are hiding from their problems. Somebody who is kicking you or slapping you, they are hiding behind their ego issues and low self-esteem. And they are hiding behind their problems. So they have to prove a point to you by abusing you emotionally, physically, and any other kinds of abuse. The last 4 points which I thought about so much are this. One of the worst red flags is narcissism. These days, people like talking about narcissistic men and women. And sometimes I just joke and ask them, do you really know who is a narcissist? Do you know a narcissist man? Or if a man cheats on you, he's a narcissist. I always challenge people to go and study. There's a lot of information about narcissism. But to make it easier for you, a narcissist is somebody who is living in their own world. For them, it's in their own world. They believe that their world is more important than any other person. And if you challenge this world, they don't live with us in earth. A narcissist is not existing with us. For them, they have their special world and they have special needs that you have to attend to. And if you don't do that, then they are not happy. A narcissist has abnormal ego. And they are obsessed with certain things that only makes them feel better. And some of the examples are, I'm sorry to use examples of some of our political leaders, especially from my continent. He can see that his style of ruling is affecting millions and millions. People are running away. They are going abroad to different countries, Middle East, European countries, because this guy is ruining the lives of so many innocent young men and women and does not care about it. And the guy is happy. He has a wife. He has children who are living in a very amazing life. When you sit down, you ask yourself, what did I do wrong to God? I am educated. I am a graduate. But somebody is so narcissistic, living in his own world, does not know how people are suffering because of just staying in power. And that's the clear way of you to understand how narcissists behave. They don't give a damn about your feelings, even when you are dying. A narcissist doesn't care. They can come and apologize like the way a politician will come when elections are just about to come and apologize and promise you right, left, and center how they're going to change their lives. And then go back to square one. Then you believe in him, you believe in her, you vote for him, you vote for her. You just completed high school or college. You think that this guy here, the way he's talking is going to change my life. Let me vote for him. Goes back to power. Forgets about everything he promised and doesn't care about the same people he was saying, I am going to do something for you guys. That's how narcissists behave. Now you can imagine a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or a girlfriend who is a narcissist, how they can deal with you. Being with them, making them to be happy, or satisfying their ego, it is a hard work. To keep a narcissist happy is a full-time job. It's a full-time job. Because you are not happy doing it. But he is happy because you're doing it and he's forcing you to do it. Even when you don't want to do it, you have to do it. Narcissists are red flags that you must avoid them from the word go. If you're with them, this video was meant for you. If you are with him or with her, begin the journey of questioning where are you heading with this person? How far can you tolerate him or her? And leave that person alone. The last 3 red flags are this. We have people who have relationship addiction. Relationship addiction, these are people who are expecting you to be there for them all the time. Most women struggle with this red flag. You just want the man to be there for you. But the truth is you have not sorted out your past issues. You have not moved on from your exes. You have not moved on from your baby daddy issues. You are still struggling to raise your child on your own. Maybe you're a single mother. So you are coming with your emotional baggage. And that's why you see most men, even in my show that I do for single people on Saturdays and Sundays, when a woman says that I'm a single mother, most men run away from her Because the first thing that rings in a man's mind is, how has this woman sorted out the issue with the father of the child and that child? Am I coming to her life to sort out this issue? And then you will see a lady saying that most men fear responsibilities. No, it's the man who gave you the child who is actually fearing responsibilities. If he was there supporting the child, and then you can prove to the man coming to your life that your child or your children are being supported, there is no problem, everything is perfectly okay, no man will run away from you. A new guy will just come in slowly and try to fit in, and then pick up by supporting you emotionally, physically, and taking care of these children once he has seen that you have sorted out your drama. The same thing with men who have emotional issues and the baggages, baby mamas, left, right, and center. If you bring them to your life and they are still busy chatting, meeting the baby mamas, he has not separated between him and the mother of his children. He has not finally moved on and said, hey, I screwed up. I am doing this for my kids, not for my kid and the other woman. And now I have a new woman. If he has not dealt with that, then they force you to take care of that. Relationship addiction is a red flag that you must run away from. You cannot solve people's past issues. You're not a therapist. You're just an innocent, beautiful woman. You're just a young man. You're trying out to figure out life. You made mistakes like me, and you have met this woman who has emotional and past baggages. If you are not careful and you carry them, it will be very hard for you to be together with her or with him. Lastly, but not least, number 13, another red flag is people who affect your family members and friends' friendship. You know, you will meet some people who come to your life and they begin messing up your relationship with some of your best friends. You just ruin it. Somebody begins taking you away from your closest friends. And women, ladies, I want you to be careful with this red flag. If a man begins systematically to isolate you from your family members, your own family members, and then your so-called best friend, so long as these people are not affecting the relationship, you should not allow it. You should not tolerate it. You should not condone it. Because what's going to happen if he does bad things to you, even when you go and tell your friend or your family members, they will not believe in you. And once you are isolated from these people and you are living in a miserable life, then you have nowhere to go to. You have no one. One of the options that most people use is this social media. I'm going to report this. Let me post this. Like how I receive messages, the messages that I post on my Facebook page. Every single day I receive a message. Please hide my identity. Post this for me. And the truth is, the women or a few men who are sending me these messages is they have isolated themselves from family members or from their so-called best friends. Now they are left with this toxic person. They have nowhere to go. They have no one to talk to. Now they want strangers to help them. They want Facebook people or Instagram people to come up with solutions to their drama and their pain. Do not allow somebody to separate you from your family members. Don't allow that. Even when you want to visit them, and it's for a fact you want to visit your mother, insist, I want to see my mother. I have to go and see her. It's so sad that a man can tell a woman not to go and see her mother, but the same man can go and see his mother very often. It is so sad. It's very unfortunate. If you think about it, the same guy is telling the woman, you can't go and see your mother. You can't travel. No. For 1 week, no, you can't. But the same guy can spend 1 week with his own mother and keeps on sending pictures and videos back to his woman, how he is enjoying life and good moments with his mother. How unfair. How unfair and how toxic is that? The last point that I want to mention here is this. Number 14, of course, is lack of emotional intelligence. The reason why I spend so much time to speak about these relationship talks, I decided consciously to do these shows because of what I saw my mother going through, my aunties, my cousins, my uncles. I could see what was going on with my own family. People mistreating each other, people abusing each other, people living miserable life. Life is already hard. Then you complicate it by treating another person in a very bad way. So your life becomes more complicated. And then I took a lot of time to study about relationships, not between a man and a woman, just human relationships. Me and my co-workers, me and my boss, me if I have a business, me and my clients. All these are relationships. If I don't manage them very well, this happiness that I have or peace of mind that I'm looking for, I will never get it. Even me and you, somebody watching and listening to me, how do I deal with you, with your comments? How do I appreciate you buying the stars on Facebook, sharing this video? How do I handle you? If I host you to speak with me on camera, how do I ask you questions? How do I treat you? If you see some of my past videos, these human relationships, for me to spend all my time studying about them, have really helped me. I'm a happy man, happier more than 15 years ago. I have made progress to be where I am, and I'm proud of myself. And if somebody has little emotional intelligence on how to control their emotions, they cannot even feel sorry for you. I'm sure you have had a boyfriend. You tell him you're sick, but the same guy cannot find out how you are progressing. Is your boyfriend or is your husband? You told him or her, or it's your wife or your girlfriend, you told this person you're actually not feeling well. But the same guy can disappear, come back 2 days later on. The first thing they're asking you is money. The first thing they're telling you is their problem. They don't know how you have been healing. That's the world we live in. People are so self-centered. People don't give a damn how you are going through hell. They don't care, including your husband or your wife. They don't really care. You're working hard to support them, but they don't give a damn. All they see is what can I get from him or from her. Emotional intelligence is one of the things that I want to challenge you as you're watching and listen to me as a man. Some of the men who condemn me and tell me, Benjamin, stop talking about relationships. How long will you talk about relationships? Why don't you leave these topics for women to talk about them? But the truth is, for me talking about this, I'm learning. And I'm having a better life, I'm solving conflicts. I'm not fighting with my woman, I'm generally in a better position because I want peace. Most men want peace. The world out here is chaos. When a man steps out of the door to go and hustle, it is war after war. He has to fight with many people. By the time he comes back home, the only thing he wants is peace. But if he does not bring this peace in the same house where he's coming to sleep, he will get out again. Go drinking, meet with the boys, look for another woman, and try to find the peace out there. And this is why I began doing these shows. You want peace, you create it, my brother. Nobody's going to give you peace. Your woman cannot give you peace. If you treat her crazy, she will also treat you crazy. But if she's crazy and you're treating her in a nice way, then run away from that. Run away from such a woman. Run away. She's messing up your life, taking away your peace, and is affecting even what you do in your private and public life. If there is no peace at home, then it's a wrap. All you need is to look for money, go cheating, go do all criminal activities until you can get the money, and then you can leave and find this fake peace that you're looking for. Emotional intelligence. Go and find out about it. How can I get emotional intelligence to deal with my emotions? I'm a very angry person. I'm a very bitter man. I'm always very pessimistic. I'm always domineering. I'm always complaining. I'm always blaming. I'm always hiding stuff. How can I deal with all these things? Then you can be able to sort out your emotions, and the person next to you will see that you're emotionally stable. Then you can have a peaceful life. The last point in this show today, which I talked about, and I encourage you to watch that video on my YouTube channel, is called gaslighting. Gaslighting. If you don't know about it, I challenge you, or I request you to go and find out about gaslighting. There's a movie, actually. You can go and look for that movie. The title is Gaslighting. Gaslight. I've watched that movie. Gaslighting are people who will manipulate you, abuse you emotionally until you start feeling guilty, whether you are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And it's the worst form of red flag. Sending nude or not sending nude, video sex, not video sex, anal sex or not anal sex, spend all my money on him or not my money. If I don't spend my money, is it a good thing? They make you to question your sanity. One of the ladies who sent me a very painful message, has been married for over 20 years, 5 children. The man abused her emotionally until she started questioning herself, whether she was normal or she was abnormal. Questioning whether God existed or God does not exist, whether she was married or not. I mean, that level, somebody manipulates you until you even question if divorce is a right thing or it's a wrong thing. You know, I don't know if you get me. Gaslighting is the worst form of red flag. Somebody's even making you to question whether you have to go on talking with him or to stop or to continue chatting or not chatting. That's the worst red flag you can find yourself in. And if you don't know about it, please go and find information about gaslighting. You could be in a relationship that somebody has made you and put you into gaslighting, whether you're a man or a woman. If you start questioning yourself whether you're a normal or you're not normal, then I'm talking about that specific red flag. I know I said I was going to talk about 30 minutes, but this video has gone beyond 30 minutes. But I want to say thank you sincerely for you listening to me, especially those who are here from the beginning. I don't take it for granted. For you to just hold your phone or your computer, or you have your earphones, maybe you're at work, or you're in your bed, or you're driving, or you are just chilling at home, or you just bumped into this video and you paid attention to listen to me, I want to sincerely say from my heart, thank you, and thank you so much. Really, really thank you. If you share this video, thank you too. Thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. Those who have put in their beautiful comments there, sharing some of the red flags that you have gone through, thank you too. I will go through your comments. And of course, those who are watching this on my Facebook page and you have bought me stars to support this page, support me and keep pushing me, thank you so much. Bless you. For me, my intention was to open your mind and begin questioning your relationship. Are you dealing with somebody full of red flags? Then think about it. and do something about it. The next video, I promise you, I will talk about the solutions of dealing with these red flags. Obviously, they are all solutions. Solutions are there. I have met women in the past, my exes, who I could see red flags, and I was so lucky because I knew what red flags are all about, and I always ended the relationships as soon as possible before it became dangerous to my life and to my health. And I want you, as you follow and listen to me, please begin learning on how to identify red flags and stop the relationship before it is too late. Share this video to some of your friends. Put it on your timeline. Anybody you care for, send this video to him or to her. Tag them on the comments. The same message and the same vibe that you have been getting from me, extend it to your family member. Extend it to someone, your younger brother or your younger sister. You have no idea, they have no idea that they are getting into red flags, but they think it is love, or they think their partners will change. That's what they are thinking. Some of them don't know, they're just innocent. 20 years, 25, 30 years, they are just there looking for love, looking for a relationship. Share this video to them and tag them on the comments. Thank you. I will see you in the next video. God bless and take care of yourself. Remember, if no one has told you today, I want to tell you today, I love you and God bless. Goodbye. Thank you.